How the heck are you crazy creeps? Whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, I do appreciate you guys a ton for tuning in and creeping with. I've noticed some new creepers commenting on the channel, which I appreciate a lot. So make sure you drop a line, say hello. But we are starting right here at Clinton Park, Southeast Portland. Right across the street is a very iconic location, pretty much desolate today as of 2023 August, but for many years this was the home to one of Portland's favorite ice cream stands, the classic Dairy Queen. That's right, one of the original locations right here in Southeast Portland. Dairy Queen being one of my favorite companies. In fact, I've never heard of somebody saying, I really don't like Dairy Queen ice cream. I don't think I've ever heard that. And the building sat here for many, many years, was once a different ice cream stand in the 50s, but from about 1971 until about 2019,
it was operated by Don and Dorothy Williams.
Yeah, in the summer of about 2010, I actually worked here for about 3 months, and Don Owens was still operating it at the time. Like I said, him and his wife running it for 40 years, and his family really helping him run the business as well. And with Franklin High School being right here behind us, got a ton of business, all the school kids coming over at lunch. And Don was the coolest, dealing with so many different people over the years, just being hands down a really great guy. And he was an old school, you know, look him in the eye, shake his hand, old school application, everything was still run old school, even though things were, you know, roughly on the internet to do interviews and things like that. Most companies went that route, but Don was still running it old school, actually still making the fries to order, treating each customer so great. And if you live in Southeast Portland or even came by here, you probably remember the walk-up window, which was probably most folks in Portland and Southeast kind of, you know, not only kids coming over from the school, but other people in the neighborhood, or even just driving in like I would. In fact, my grandma would pick us up from East County Gresham, drive us all the way out here to the Dairy Queen, and we would stop, walk right into the walk-up window and get us an ice cream cone, a dilly bar. And so, yeah, it kind of just stands, you know, totally vacant. But Don and his wife really ran this place and really took pride in it. In fact, he ran it every morning. He was here out front, sweeping the driveway, cleaning everything. In fact, when I pulled up on my bike that day to ask him if they were hiring, I honestly thought he was one of the employees, but in fact, he was the owner. And I really appreciated that about him. Not only was the service great, but he really took pride in his business. And we actually talked about that, how, you know, a lot of companies had failed over the years, and this was his kind of gold mine, simply because he treated all the customers the same, and, you know, took pride in his business, took pride in the way the place looked. He was in there cleaning. And so to own a business and actually work, you know, he was actually flipping burgers at one point. So he definitely helped build this you know, this pace is the pace of this place over the years. And not to mention, he said in an article in the Oregonian that I found that he was actually able to put 4 of his kids through college. And he said this was his gold mine. Not that many people knew, you know, how nice an ice cream shop and how much money could actually be right here. In fact, I found some old pictures that are taken way down the road on, we're about on 55th right now, so I'd say about 50th, looking up, and you can actually see where the old ice cream stand in the parking lot and everything stood, pre-existing the Dairy Queen. And then I also found some pictures of people lined up, walking up to the window, and it just really had that unique old school, you know, 50s Dairy Queen look with the old neon. And I'll do my best to insert some pictures, but let's walk across the street now and I'll tell you some more really fun things that happen here, and then we'll probably go get a blizzard. Yeah, you pretty much have no remnants of the actual store. It's pretty much all been torn down, other than you can still see the drive-through arrow there of where you would have pulled through the old drive-through window right about here. And in fact, I actually worked the drive-through one time, and I give people, you know, a lot of credit for working any establishments with fast food involved. It's definitely a hard gig. But yeah, people would line up and pull right in. In fact, I remember one summer the entire Division Street was kind of backed up because people were waiting to go through the line to get ice cream bars. Not that they were slow, but it was just so, you know, incredibly busy. But Don didn't let that stop him from really employing some great people over the years. And I really just want to take the time also to thank them for that small opportunity that he gave me. I didn't really last long as an employee, but you know, it was nice to kind of have a little bit of a couple days a week job back then. Things were rough, definitely a different time for me. And there was a little back portion too with like it was just a really small, tiny little restaurant, a little pretty much old school walk up. So people would walk right up and get your ice cream cones. And this is actually where I learned to make that that classic iconic Dairy Queen, you know, the little loop on the ice cream cone, and then you would dip them sometimes in the different flavors and stuff. But most people would just order, you know, the classic cone with the little DQ swirl. And one of the employees, including Don himself, showed me how to do that, which I thought was pretty cool to say that, you know, I actually officially was a Dairy Queen ice cream soft serve employee at the time. And you can kind of just see vaguely where the outer edges of the building sat, you know, just right here on the corners and around. And then the driveway went through, around, and then you could exit over here on this driveway. But yeah, we'll peek the camera over here too, just because I was told that they actually are thinking and considering building another Dairy Queen here, and it was actually had the permits kind of rough draft in 2019, and with everything else that took place and stuff, the things didn't really pan out. But yeah, pretty much just a dumping space now for people. That's part of the old fence there. Oh, that was part of the store. Some of the old garbage cans. Don't really see the Dairy Queen logo, but yeah, that's like I said, seen better days. I gotta be careful because my bike's just kind of chilling out front here. But yeah, the kids would walk over from the school over here, which they remodeled the school not too long ago too, so I could only imagine how busy this place was running right before he closed it up for good. And I think, I'm almost positive that Don and his wife owned the other location in Southeast. I think it's on Holgate, or wait, Flavel, I think. Yeah, I think they own both locations. I could be wrong, but if you guys remember, if you did work here, chime in. Tell me your best, you know, what you loved best about Dairy Queen if you didn't, you know, visit this particular location. If you guys remember doing just the walk-ups, you know, really those don't exist anymore. You rarely see an old school building with the walk-up windows and stuff. So I thought just the, you know, the nostalgia of the old school building was really the coolest part, I thought, about the old Dairy Queen. But yeah, kind of sad to see it go. And I was just kind of going down the rabbit hole finding some information, and somebody said they were considering building again another Dairy Queen, a 2-story level one with some offices up top and stuff. So I guess we'll see, but as of right now, you know, definitely seen better days. The old Dairy Queen. Yeah, that's too bad. But I kind of wanted to just document this too. Not only did I work here and it meant so much to me and so many other people of Portland coming here over the years, but if they do build here, at least we'll be able to see kind of the before and afters too of what, you know, the building's going to look like when it does come here. Here's the old driveway too you would have pulled out of on this side, which I always thought it made better sense if the cars were coming down Division here to pull in on this side and then go around that way and exit, as opposed to having all the cars coming down this way backed up. That way, at least when the car turns, there's not a whole bunch of traffic. Because I've read other people's comments and they're like, oh my gosh, traffic is so much better now that it's not here. But it was worth it. It was worth the wait, because if you knew you were the one getting the ice cream or the dilly bar or the blizzard, then if you were the one in traffic, it was worth the wait because you knew, hey, I could have been that person standing there getting my ice cream too. So who knows, just wanted to show you guys. Again, 55th Southeast Division, no longer one of Portland's favorite ice cream walk-up Dairy Queens right here. All right, let's find a Dairy Queen now. I need a blizzard. I guess the pumpkin one's out too now, so. So I passed a few Dairy Queens that we could have probably stopped at, but I wanted to come out here just because these guys always have good service. And I did notice the other day on their sign that they do have the pumpkin one, so I wasn't sure if the other ones have it yet, but I'm pretty sure they do. So let's go in here next and get us a pumpkin one. I'm excited. As you can see, this Dairy Queen kind of cool looking too, but not a walk up, just a drive through dine in. I'm seeing it up there, so that's a good sign. Oh yeah, that looks so good. The whipped cream and everything. I hear the blizzard machine. Yeah, we just got a small one. Notice we got all the baseball teams on here too. It's pretty cool. Gosh, that is so good. She asked me, do you want whipped cream and nutmeg? I said, heck yeah, you don't have to twist my arm on that. And we got a burger, and I also picked up one of these gift cards because it's got one of those old school Dairy Queen locations on there. Kind of looks like the one we were just at. Shout out Dairy Queen, you guys are crushing it on the blizzards, man. That is incredibly good. It's got a little bit of pie crust. Oh yeah, don't mind if we do. Yeah, that is absolutely delicious. It's got big pieces of the pumpkin pie crust, and then the cinnamon and the pumpkin is really good. It's not too sweet, it's actually really savory pumpkin. That is a good looking burger too. I got a cheeseburger with some pickle, just basically stock. I really like the bun they used. That is delicious. From Dairy Queen, DQ. I like the old signage better at the old one there on 50th. But yeah, that was excellent. Really good hamburger, nice and fresh. Everything was quick, and the pumpkin pie blizzard, we've had it before, but hands down, probably my favorite out of them. And I just opted for a water too. But I love you guys for tuning in and creeping with. And if you have a favorite story you want to share about one of your favorite local DQs, or even the Southeast Portland one that I showed you guys, chime in. Let me say hello back. I mean, I love reading your guys' comments. So I love you guys from Dairy Queen. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button. That'll dial you into being a creeper today. You can ring that bell. That way when we creep to Dairy Queen and other places, you guys will be the first to creep. You can give it a big thumbs up. Until next time, from Dairy Queen, creeper out for now. Peace. All right, creep inside Goodwill real quick.
Alright, now this is rad, because I kind of had a feeling once in a while you can see these peppered in at the Goodwills or the, garage sales and whatnot, but it's very rare to find the entire set, and I thought it was so ironic that we're actually doing the Dairy Queen thing today. But these are the official Portland Trailblazer Dairy Queen glasses from the 90s, and if you knew of the Trailblazers and or Dairy Queen, then you basically kind of already remember these, and they'll probably bring back a lot of good memories. And oh, look at that, Harvey Grant, his son actually plays for the team right now. But yeah, we've got all the fellas from the original squad. We got Mark Bryant, we got Harvey Grant, Rod Strickland, Terry Porter, rest in peace, Cliff Robinson, and Jerome Kersey, and also Clyde Drexler. Look at that, Clyde the Glide. Yeah, these are rare, but if you love the Blazers and Dairy Queen like I did, then you'll probably bring back a lot of good memories.
That's going to do it for today. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. That'll ring you in to being a creeper today. You can also ring that bell. That way when I creep, you guys will be the first to creep. And if you did enjoy this, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Till next time, creeper out for now. Peace.